Carol Putra. This is the Chodas and Portuguese, Pandyas, Satyaputra and Kerala. Now, this is those limiting I told you these were very small kingdoms. If you wanted to conquer them, you would have easily conquered them because he first did this Odisha, the Dhani and Jogra. There are two here. Oh, I perhaps didn't mention. Apart from the rock edicts, there are separate rock edicts. Separate rock edicts only at three places. Dhani, Jogra, you know, after the remorse, he became changed. He got these two inscriptions engraved in Dhani and Jogra, and he purposely says that whenever new territory is conquered, then somehow there the people who are the conquerors, they somehow create a lot of troubles for the conquered ones. So in this he said, I warn you, he says, my officers, please do not do that, you know, because he has the concept he calls that all men are my children. The word is Save Munisa Paja Mama. All men are my children. And then he goes on saying, as a father wants that his child should be brought up by a very expert nurse. So I have put all these people under the care of very efficient officers. Okay? So these are the two rockets. Now I have tried to create simple how this is here. We have got this both Aramaic as well as Greek. Then rocket symbols, this is rocket symbol wherever you find this. Well, just to give you an idea about where the Ashokan inscriptions have been found, that these are the two which are in Kharosthi, Mansehra and Savaji. And then here we have got a cluster of these all minor rockets, except one, say Sanati. And then, well, I must tell you that among rock edicts also, slight variation, something is added somewhere. Particularly, for example, it is only the Aurora. Aurora is it should be somewhere there. There in Mirzapur. Mirzapur. So this is at this place. One was thinking why Ashoka is mentioning the figure of 256, and why not he says I have been on tour for a long time. Why the number of 256 he gives? As I told you, here it is the only version of the Mary Rock edicts at Aurora, which says that he started his tour after the relics of Buddhas were, you see, planted on a platform. Manche Buddha's Sharir, where the Sharir means, of course, body, but here it means bodily relics. Where this is Sharir is very common use for the relics of Buddha. So he said that there was a function, and on that auspicious day he started on his tour. So just to give you an idea that you've got different type of rock edicts, minor rock edicts, separate rock edicts. Here we have got these two symbols for the separate rock edicts. Okay. Now here from Gujarat to Bihar, from Afghanistan to Mysore. This is the area which obviously all parts of it are within Ashoka's empire. If those areas where we don't find Ashoka inscription, by implication, not only by inference like this, but by the fact that he himself pencils the 4 South Indian kings as independent kings, so very clear. And then Shillong is here also we send this procedures. Next please.
Next will be, what will it be? We have this Ratanpurva, or shall we
have a script? Just to give you an idea, I told you how Brahmin deciphered those words Sadhana, and so forth. There is that famous stone called Rosetta stone. Rosetta is a river, and near the river in Egypt, this stone was found. There was a treaty. It was actually found by the French people.
Napoleon.
No, but I would like to see if they don't towards the French people. But somehow the French were defeated by the Britishers,
yes.
And as a result of it, this man went to the Britishers. No, like that. Today I read it. It's now the 5th brewing and has surpassed Britain. I read today in the newspaper that is the 5th growing economy in the world has surpassed Britain.
I see.
Oh, France.
But Britain is sinking now.
No, it's not sinking. So long as procedure is.
But the French were successful. It was disabled by the French.
Yeah. Miracles. When we expect, if at all, we are lucky enough to have bilingual inscription for disabling Harappans. And he also told it's very rare that without bilingual inscription, the script has been deciphered, and he had given that example. Now here we have got three. One in Greek, another is early Egyptian, and the second is later Egyptian. Now what happened? In Greek, it was mentioned that Ptolemy and Cleopatra. The king Ptolemy in 2nd century BC, there was a king called Ptolemy. His wife was Cleopatra. So in Greek, it is written that Ptolemy and Cleopatra made this charitable thing, that, this, gave in charity this and that, like that, isn't it? Now, it was presumed that what is written in Greek must be written in these two. It is what the early Greek is, the Egyptian one is called hieroglyphic. Then the developed one is called demotic. The two scripts of Greek, say Egypt, you see, the earlier one hieroglyphic and demotic, and then Greek was there. Now, it is a presumption, and this presumption is because Ptolemy's name, as many times Ptolemy's name was there in Greek, in demotic as well as in hieroglyphic, the same group of letters was repeated so many times as it was in Greek. So, despite the fact that they were unable to decipher the script, they were able to say that this particular group of symbols or letters, whatever you like, denotes Cleopatra and this denotes Ptolemy. Because as many times there were, more times Ptolemy than Cleopatra, 2 times more. So it is a unique case. You do not know what is written, how it is written, nothing of that sort, and yet you know what is written, in that sense, because you can make it out. Now, then you, then I'll have anyway, there, but then I'll say what? Cleopatra, Cleopatra, Ptolemy. The spelling of Ptolemy is Ptolo, Pt is P. So Cleopatra, P here, Ptolemy P at the beginning. So they said 1, 2, 3. This P stands for this P. Ptolemy Cleo, Cl, Ptol. This L, this has a sound, something like L sound like that. And like that, they said there must be something like that in this early hieroglyphic and demotic, and then ultimately, after so many people tried it, but it was lucky was one Champollion, if I correctly pronounce that. Champollion. Okay. Well, what do you pronounce? Some of the professors even pronounce Foucher, which is Foucher, is Poucher. So they are not to be blamed because they don't know this, but in French it is like that. But then it is Champollion, and then it took him 20 years. And not only he, actually Napoleon made hundreds of its copies and sent it to all learned people who have something to do with the paleography, you see, and each one tried and gave his opinion to Napoleon, and this man had the advantage of other opinions also. But anyway, the credit goes to him that 20 years later brought him this particular, one of the greatest, you can say, achievements in the field of calligraphy. So this was to give you that if something someday we get also some such inscription in the case of Harappans. Harappan is, that particular script is that perhaps in the deciphering of no script has so many attempts have been made as Harappan. Why? Because from 1900 and virtually 1920 and 1920 to the present day, it's almost a century. And the more it is not deciphered, the more there will be seminars on it. The day it is deciphered, there will be no more seminars. So anyway, that's another aspect of it. So some people say we are very sorry, some seminarians are very sorry it has not been done, but thanks God it has not been done because you could be holding the seminar, otherwise you would have not. So anyway, that is one to give you the next please. Yeah. Well, this is a photograph from 1800. This is his making a pointer. I showed you that letters on engraved on rock will be different from those engraved on pillar. So this is the ones here. Devana, Priyena, Priyadashina, Lajina, Visati Vasa Visitena. This is Va Dirgi Visati Vasa Visitena. Now that is why I told you that we have been able to make out the chronology of the Ashokan inscriptions because he has dated them with reference to his regnal years. So here, this particular Atan Agachin, Atanan Atmana, he himself, Swayam, Atmana, apne aap aakar ke, hai na, Agach, let's say, then Mahiyate, then he feels proud, मान समझ रहा अपने को. He the Buddha jate. Now this is a very, very definite evidence of identification of Lumbini. In 3rd century BC, when Ashoka got this inscription returned, everybody believed, Ashoka at least believed, that here Buddha was born. And the Lumbini Dei is Lumbini Devi. That is now the correct form it is, Lumbini Dei. So that is also philologically you can connect it with Lumbini. So here he says that I came here when I had been consecrated for 20 years and I feel very proud of it because I have personally come here. Yes, I told you in the classification now, this comes under pillar edict under the heading of commemorative inscriptions. These are the two inscriptions that we have here. Now, so you can, do you want anything more to be about it? But I told you that he did favor to this village because Buddha had been born, you know. And then he says, Lumbini game uvalatike kate. We have made Lumbini free of Bali tax. Who means not. Bali is the name of the tax. Kate means kritam. Kiya. मैंने लुम्बिनी गांव को बलि नाम के टैक्स से मुक्त कर दिया. I have exempted the village Lumbini from the tax called Bali, which I told you was a tax levied on the pilgrims who entered a pilgrimage to some sacred place. And the kings, as I told you, thought it a means of earning some revenue, and they used to tax them. So, and then Attabhagiyechu, and make it pay only 1/8 of the produce. Previously, according to Shastras, a king is the owner of 1/6 of the produce. Shadbhagin, 1/6. That is what Manu and others Shastras have said. But practically, the Greeks mention, particularly Megasthenes says, and others say that 1/4 was levied. I don't believe that he may be correct. Practice and theory may be different, but whatever it may be, but it was definitely more than 1/8 because he has done this concession, obviously, so it was more than 1/8. Now, next please.
Shall we see this one?
This one. Now, please, you know, here, an inscription part of it, I told you that many of the inscriptions are mutilated. Some partly, some partly, see, broken. Now here, no, Vasa, Sitin, what, see, now we can understand pain what would have been here. Because it is the same, Vasa Vitin, Dwadas Vasa Visitin, so we can reconstruct. You see, somehow, definitely we can want some speculation, in some cases definitely. Here it is very clear. Now I may just tell you that I told you in the morning that Nittur and Udalgolam, both in Karnataka, they are minor rock edicts, very near to each other. So, you know, when Ashoka sent copies for engraving these inscriptions, somehow or the other, what happened, those where rocks were available very near, they were engraved very near to each other. Now, in that case, the same copy was used for engraving. For example, Siddhapur, Jatingarameshwar and Brahmagiri. These three are very near to each other and they are identical. But Maski, Palkigundu, not very far, not very far, but at the same time from different copy. Do you follow me? Slight difference. So you have to get, for example, here Sasaram and this Ratan Purva, two particular inscriptions MRE of the same type, but very near Aurora, from a different say copy that was sent there. Okay, so ये sa visitena Amna. So like that, here he came first. What he did? First he made the stupa double, and then ultimately he came and erected this pillar. So this is how this inscription. So letters are very clear. Why? Why, tell me? Why are so clear?
This is a pillar, sir.
Because they are on pillar, and pillar are of chunar sandstone, which can easily, on which you can engrave. It's not some granite type of thing, but so you could easily engrave. You see, and you are at laser because so the pillar, most of them except one, it is presumed that they were all inscribed when the pillar was on the ground and then erected. Because then otherwise you will have to some scaffolding and then do that. That would not have been possible. So it is like okay. So this is to give you an idea how on pillars the letters are so clear. But then again I told you the punctuation marks are not available. So you have to have Devanam. You can't say Devanam P. You have to, because you have knowledge of the language. And they will say Devanam P. It's like that. I do not know, but I tell you that in Mahatma I have seen many very old persons writing even Devanagari script without any punctuation. Did you have any of you? No. That's a generation gap. No? Okay, then the last one.
Sir, 14 sir.
Oh yeah.
Yes, this is the
Pick one.
this is the
Please, what do you do? बोलिए तो.
This is 14 sir. You showed us, sir. 14 sir.
पहले वाले में
Yes.
तो ऐसा हुआ, एक बार तो उसने स्तूप करवा दिया, बनवाया, स्तूप को बड़ा बनाया, और फिर खुद आकर के वो 20वें साल में जब बगल में आया था वो, तो 20वें साल में आकर के उसने स्तंभ स्थापित किया। तो 2 डेट्स हैं इसमें, ठीक है ना? लेकिन एनग्रेविंग का डेट नहीं बोल सकते। एनग्रेविंग तो BC की बात है। You follow me? He is referring to an earlier incident, and then saying on 20th year, regnal year, I got this done. So the actual engraving of the inscription will be 20th and not 14th. Is it not right? Now this is here. Professor Prabhakar was talking to you about Harappan. Up till now, the only different thing, if it is not, we can generalize or it is a particular one, we do not know. This is heard from Kalibanga, which is in district Ganganagar of Rajasthan, a very important Harappan site where we have practically all the elements of the Harappan culture and even pre-Harappan culture. Now, in this shirt, what we have to do is, it is not written, it is engraved. These are Harappan letters engraved. Now, if I draw, if I scratch this, I will not do that, but anyway, if I scratch it and cross it like that, if you see with magnifying glass, you can say which line was drawn first and which line was drawn later. Is that right? Because the first one will cut and it will become what bifurcated. The second will remain straight. So in this case, you find the right to left. The left one has, you see, cut the right letters. So if this is accidental, I don't know. But only one example, if you feel that we can generalize from this single example, then it is one of the most important evidence for establishing that the Harappan script was written from right to left, unlike Brahmi or like Urdu and Parsi, isn't it? Because that was only to show you this, that sometimes it is at least one. Of course, there are other also sources are not here, but on seals we have got here large letter, and he forwarded how many letters will make it. Then this side it becomes smaller because he didn't find a space. In some cases, he started here, then went down. So there are many other examples, and one example is the animal is always seen what? Facing right. Not as you see in the photographs. The photographs have been taken from the plaster card of the seals. Please, it's a negative is all plastic. See, original one from that plastic cast have been taken, and then the photographs have been taken. So in photographs you may be seeing its faces left, but actually, it has been seen that anybody whose mother tongue is Urdu, Persian, anyone. Anyways, so it was just asked the students. In Lucknow we have got fairly large number of them. So we say you draw a bird, and then ask other one to draw a bird. So the one who had Brahmi and this Lipi, he started it from here, but the other fellow started from here. So because of the habit, you see, because the script is the habit of writing from the side. Anyway, so this may be one case. Huh? Now, next please. So next will be one more, which I was fortunate enough to, for the first time, discover in 2009. I have written a monograph only on this inscription, and then later on in my book on Ashoka, I have incorporated the evidence of this inscription, but a separate monograph which is published by. Now here, this is about 60 kilometers from Banaras. I used to deliver lectures in Janaprava. Every year they used to invite me on television. So there was a student who attended some of those lectures. There was a teacher, local teacher, very much interested in artillery. I'm simply surprised his enthusiasm. And he got this photograph. He showed it to him, and he told that I do not know what it is, but there is a teacher who was delivering lectures, I'll take it to him. He just got immediately I could understand this is Ashokan inscription. And then this is also MRE, minor rhotic. You follow me? And the same was that it starts with this, that the king, Adhikani, Adhatiyani, Vasani, Yasuni, Upasake. It is more than 2.5 years that I became a lay worshipper of Buddha. I didn't exert much for some time. Then after 1 year, I exerted, and then he goes on saying that this because that I have achieved so much, and then ultimately he says that this inscription should be recorded wherever there are pillars and wherever there are rocks. In one of the students who asked, is it possible to say that some of the inscriptions which are without, some of the pillars which are without inscriptions may be pre-Ashokan? So that is one, is that Vaishali one, which is technically called Basar Bakira, pillar which is as compared to other ones is clumsy. You see the no proportion between the capital and the shaft. So that may be either the earliest of the Ashokan pillar and Ashoka developed it later on, or it is pre-Ashokan. Perhaps both possibilities are there, but it's not inscribed. So this is how this particular inscription is only, wherever, for example, the Nettur and Budagolam, they are very near. Now, here, both the minor rhotics are there. In one case, minor rhotic is very much damaged. In other case, it is very good, very well preserved. In other case, the first one has got the second rhotic, minor rhotic, well preserved, and the other one damaged. So, from one, you can reconstruct first MRE clearly from the one and the other one from this. So you can both because they have been copied from the same same copy sent from Patliputra by Ashoka. So word by word, letter by everything is common. So wherever the other letters are not there, you can reconstruct it. So these were the common slides I wanted to show you.
Just
Uh,
yeah, this is the
this, very interesting, let me tell you. Ashoka did one thing, that when he got these inscriptions engraved, he chose that particular point of rock. There was a rock projecting. See, this was also in Sasanam, projecting. So he felt that it is the proper place where there will be no rain over it. And so, these are the people. In fact, there were some letters in the earlier photographs not available. So these were the two persons who went there again and were kind enough to have good photographs.
Professor, today how far is the nearest village or town today?
Where? From this?
From this.
No, very near, very near, very near.
So this would have been a major center also.
No, actually what happened? This is Kamu range. Whole range is even the other one, Aurora and Sasaram. This is UP Bihar border. These three sites are all on Kamu range. The advantage here was we have got rock cut shelters. So even from pre-Ashokan times,
Yes.
there are certain rock paintings. The rock paintings are very difficult to date. But nevertheless, they do resemble the rock paintings which have been at least very early period, earlier than historic period. How much early is very difficult. But then on these, the same type of animal painting, same types of say birds and trees and these paintings they will show. So it is from earlier than Ashoka's time. You see, these were occupied, and they have been occupied as late as Gupta period, because we have got a Buddha image in one of the rocks, which is the same type as the Dharmachakra Parvartan, the very famous and the most artistic image found at Sarnath. You see, so of course it is not as beautiful, but the same, see, the same posture, Dharmachakra Parvartan, the mudra as it is, and the same seated cross-legged, the same. So, right from historic period to at least Gupta period, these rocks were, some of rocks were occupied as they were, some rock cut, you see, caves, and some were, even within that, they dug part of this rock, and then ultimately made some places for resting. So that is, but this is a, yes, so that's again the same photograph. This is the rock. I requested him to measure this, which I have given my details in that monograph. Say this is. No, anywhere, if you, this is purely a Buddhist. I told you that at least this inscription and the Bhabru inscription, they are purely Buddhist. So what they do, these inscriptions always be found in places which are slightly far away from habitation. And at the same time, not very far off, because they have to go for alms. You see, they depend for that. You see, this is the means to livelihood alms. So naturally, it is presumed. And then Dr. Rakesh Nari, when you were talking, he has done some survey when he was in Director of UP. And then he told me, sir, there are very near to these sites, it is slightly, you have to climb up here. And on the flat level, there are still of ancient villages and modern villages, they are there. So the Buddhists always chose very secluded type of place for meditation and other things, but at the same time, not very far from the habitation. Buddha, when he came to Uruvela, he said, well, what a beautiful, what a natural beauty. But the river is flowing nearby. I can bathe here, I can get water here. And they said, the trees are full of flowers. And then ultimately he said, there are near villages where I can get alms. He didn't forget that, isn't it? So it's just like that. Please. This is Ashok Kali. This is the modern pillar. Hall. It has nothing to do with it. Please. So, I'm very thanking all of you, Professor Danilo. And fortunately, we have our two archaeologists here. Thank you very much for patiently listening.